Good afternoon and happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to BJC Halacha A number 1683. Halacha A keeps the Yetzer Hara away. Dedicated in loving memory of Daniela Bas Sfir Neshama Shevan Aliyah. And we're continuing with a new chapter, Laws of a Base to a Forbidden Object. When at the onset of Shabbos, there was on the supporting object, aside from the muksa object, a permitted object as well. We talked about how if there's a bowl and there's like money or a phone inside that bowl right before Shabbos and it was intended to leave it there and you own it, so then the bowl also becomes muksa, even if the phone was removed by a non-Jew and you can't remove the bowl. But what if in that bowl there was a phone, which is muksa, not allowed to use it on Shabbos, or money, but there was also a yarmulke or a siddur, prayer book, and that you can use. So that's what this case is, right? So again, aside from the muksa object, a permitted object as well, and thus the object upon which they are resting becomes a bosis, the base, both for the prohibited object and for the permitted object. In this case, the halacha of the bosis depends on the relative significance of the two objects. If the permitted object is more significant to the owner, it is permitted to move the supporting object. If the prohibited object is more significant to him, it is forbidden to move the supporting object. Now let's see some footnotes here. If an item is significant to the owner but not to anyone else, or to everyone else but not to the owner, the item's significance is determined by how important it is to the owner. So really it's all about the owner's view on the importance. That is, if the muksa item was removed, right, they moved the phone in that bowl, which had a phone, a prayer book, and it was in a bowl. So then one may move the supporting non-muksa item directly, right? So assuming you wanted the siddur, so then the base does not become muksa. While the muksa is on it, any movement of the supporting non-muksa item indirectly moves the muksa item as well. In this case, it may be moved only following the guidelines set out above. Right, so in other words, as long as it's still in there, you can move it indirectly. But once that phone was removed, so then you can obviously move the siddur and you can even move the bowl. If they're both equally significant, the supporting object becomes a bosis and may not be moved, says Mr. Brewer. With regard to these halachas, significance is not determined by price, but rather by the extent to which the item is needed. Thus, an inexpensive prayer book, a siddur, is considered more significant than money. Similarly, a pair of glasses that one needs to wear on Shabbos is considered more significant than even thousands of dollars, since a person needs the glasses now. If, however, one has another pair of glasses and does not need the pair on the bosis, on that base, now, then the money is deemed more significant. Okay, so back upstairs. Therefore, it is advisable to place the challahs, the Shabbos loaves, on the table upon which the Shabbos candles are situated before Ben Hashmashos, before that range between sunset and the 3 stars. You want to do it early, really before sunset, so that the tablecloth and the table be a bosis, be a base for both for the candles, which are forbidden to move, and the challahs, which may be moved, and thus it will be permitted to move the tablecloth and the table. So he says the challahs are always considered to be the more significant of the two, since they're necessary for the Shabbos meals. Okay, it's a longer halacha, so we will pause here, continue this halacha tomorrow. Thanks for listening to Sponsor Future Halacha 36, 100 of the gold. See you tomorrow.